What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. All right. NXT versus AEW. The NXT edition. Tuesday Night Wars. NXT for October the 10th, 2023. Very solid, fun show. There was story that took place on the show. Story that continues to progress on this show. So this was a solid show. It was a solid, fun show. The crowd ate it up. Like, they loved it. And I loved it. NXT was great. It was solid. Not gonna hold you guys up. So, we kicked the show off with Cody Rhodes. So, Cody Rhodes got a massive pop and everything else. He said that he has not one, but two announcements. He said that we've all been enjoying the women's breakout tournament. 8 competitors, single elimination, all vying to see who's the next Tiffany Stratton, who's going to be the next Rhea Ripley. After the conclusion of that tournament, there's also going to be a men's breakout tournament, which I predicted. I figured out was going to happen, which is great. And then Cody said he kept hearing when people found out I was going to be here tonight. I heard people talking about a certain tag team tournament. And then he mentioned the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament. That's coming back. But he also has one more announcement. Perhaps the biggest night in the history of NXT. I had the privilege. Shawn Michaels has made it so tonight. I'm the special guest general manager of NXT. And that was tremendous. I loved it. Out comes Ilia Dragonov. He comes out. He puts over Cody Rhodes. So he wants to be like Cody Rhodes. He says that Cody Rhodes breathes excitement into life. That is NXT. And Dragonov said that he wants to basically be like Cody Rhodes, which is cool. So Dom, he comes out, and Dom basically just makes fun of both Cody Rhodes and Ilia Dragonov. Then Dom says that he's the only one who's going to be a true AA champion. So if you want to feel Cody's energy, why don't you ask him his energy levels every time the Judgment Day has left him lying? And then Dragonov responds by saying, Dom, listen, I'm here. Why am I surprised that all you come out here is talk when nobody in this entire arena wants to listen to the sound of your voice? And by the way, my father used to work at a prison, so I know exactly how to turn a barking dog into a sweet little puppy. And then Dom continues to taunt Ilia some more. Cody Rhodes says that he makes the match between Ilia and Dominic Mysterio official. So that's kind of what we get. So, but he's also going to bring a special guest referee to the mix as well, LA Knight, which is great. So that's great. So then we see John Cena coming to the Performance Center, which is cool. We also see Shotzi Blackheart and Scarlett Bordeaux. They're going to be the host of this year's NXT Halloween Havoc, which is great. That's good shit there. First match of the night, Asuka versus Roxanne Perez. Asuka gets the win via the roundhouse kick. Okay. And then post-match, Kenna James attempts to jump Roxanne Perez, but Shotzi Blackheart storms into the ring and beats down Kenna James with a modified German suplex. A modified fisherman's buster, which is cool. Moving on, so we get a Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria video package, which was great, highlighting their careers and everything else, and all that jazz. Moving on. So Tegan Nox, she comes back and she tells Lyra Valkyria that her title match needs to wait. Lyra says that must be nice to live in Tegan land. Halloween Havoc is the biggest night of her career, and she's not allowing anybody to get in her way. So that's pretty cool. There's some tension there. We might see a potential heel turn from Tegan Nox. I doubt it, but I don't give a damn. But it may happen. Moving on. So Tyler Bate and the Brawling Brutes versus Gallus in a pub rules match. Tyler Bate and company get the win via the triple powerbomb through the table for the 1, 2, 3. So that was pretty cool to see a pub match on television. We haven't seen that in a while. Moving on. So Cody Rhodes, he runs into Tony D and Stacks in the backstage area. Tony D's not sure who the next challengers are going to be. Stacks suggested there be a tag team battle royal, and the winner of that match will fight them for the NXT tag team titles on night 1 of Halloween Havoc. So Cody Rhodes loves the idea and calls the match the Bada Boom Bada Bing. The Bada Bing Bada Boom Battle Royal. Moving on. So Mackenzie Mitchell has a backstage interview with Baron Corbin. So he takes issue with how Ilia Dragonov's title reign is going so far. Corbin says that he sees through Dragonov's rage and that he's upset that Dragonov didn't give him a title shot. Who gives a fuck? Moving on. So we get John Cena. He comes out. He says that this is the most street cred I've gotten in 15 years. Thank you guys so much. Damn, you guys know everyone talks about how NXT is the future. I guess they can't see that we're making history tonight. Cody Rhodes is a GM. LA is a referee. We just turn this place into a pub. I'm stealing that paint later on. You're singing my theme song. That's what makes this place beautiful. It's what makes this place great. Each and every one of you. Each and every one of y'all. And what happens in the NXT ring every Tuesday night. You see it. To be here, there's nothing like being in this room, and it's long overdue. This is my honor it's my honor to be allowed to share space with you tonight. Thank you very much. I'm not alone. I'm not unique in that case. That's why LNI is here. That's why Cody Rhodes is here. Gratitude is a value of his. And then Cena continues to mention, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and everybody else that comes through. And then he says, that's why Kamala Hayes called me last week. I couldn't say yes quick enough. Sure, we have we share a lot in common, like hustle, loyalty, and respect. He works hard and never gives up. In the face of failure, sticks up for his friends, and I respect him for giving me the chance to be here with you guys. First match with Bron Breakker. So Bron Breakker comes out, makes fun of John Cena, says that he's living in some type of fantasy land just like Carmelo Hayes. Actually has a chance to beat badass Bron Breakker, the greatest of all time, in his corner. So John Cena says, we all know the business is in your blood. We can see in that tank top that you're athletically gifted. And then Bron Breakker refuses to shake John Cena's hand. So Bron then punches Cena, and then Bron goes for the spear, but Cena ducks. He attempts to go for attitude adjustment, but Bron ducks that, and then he dips out. So that's pretty cool shit there. I do like that. That was great. Moving on. Ilya Dragonov versus Dominic Mysterio for the NXT Championship, with LA Knight being the special guest referee. So towards the end of the match, all Judgment Day come out, but Trick Williams comes out and fights them all off along with LA Knight. Ilya gets the win via the Torpedo Moscow, and he's still the NXT champion. So that does make sense there. Trick got a nice little pop. Post-match, which pissed me the fuck off. So Baron Corbin appears on the stage, and then Dijak drops Dragonov with a big boot. Dijak says that he beat Corbin to the punch, and that he claims that Ilia is his next target. And I'm just like, oh my God, what the fuck? Shawn Michaels, bro, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? No. Do not do this shit. Do not. Please do not. Dragonov can kindly fuck off. Moving on. So Trick Williams has a nice embrace with John Cena. Carmelo Hayes in the locker room. Trick Williams asked Cena, when did he know that it was his time? Cena said they should have a private discussion. So that got a decent little pop. And I was like, oh, okay. Because, Trick was staring a hole through Mello. So we probably are still going to get that heel turn from from Trick. It makes sense. I hate to say that, but it does make sense. I don't see Carmelo turning on Trick. I really don't. But the way Trick was, eyeing down Mello, I'm like, okay, I see where these cats are going. Moving on. So, we have another NXT Anonymous clip where it shows Paul Heyman having a conversation with Ava Raine. Interesting. Moving on. Then we get my girl Jade Cargill. She shows up and the crowd loses their shit. They're chanting holy shit like crazy and everything else. It was crazy. I loved it. She looked absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. Yo, Jade is gonna be a damn star for sure. Next, Cody Rhodes tells Baron Corbin that he'll get his title shot at the NXT Championship if he can win the triple threat match next week, pitting him against Dijak and the winner of tonight's main event. Moving on, so Dom, he was backstage. He had a confrontation with Nathan Frazier for whatever reason. I have no idea why. Moving on, Lola Vice versus Danny Palmer. First round in the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament, the 2023 edition. So Lola Vice gets the win via the spinning heel kick for the 1-2-3. Great stuff there. Then we get a Chase U vignette, which I didn't pay attention to at all for whatever reason. I just didn't. So Paul Heyman gives Bron Breakker some encouragement in his locker room. Heyman mentions that he worked with his father and his uncle. Heyman knows that Breakker is the future and will be a WrestleMania main eventer, which is facts. But the only thing standing in his way is Carmelo Hayes. Breakker doesn't care who's in his way. He's going to break them all. And I would love it. I would love it if Bron Breakker becomes a Paul Heyman guy. That would be fucking tremendous. I would love that. Paul Heyman managing Bron Breakker would be money. It would be money. Moving on. So, Tiffany Stratton introduces herself to Asuka. So Tiffany Stratton also pokes fun at Fallon Henley. Moving on. We finally hear from Brian Pillman Jr., now known as Lexus King. I like it. I love the name. He's paying homage to his sister who passed away. I believe it was sometime last year. Maybe this year, I'm not sure. So I like the fact that he's paying homage to her. That's great. And this also allows him to have an identity of his own, which is always a good thing. Second generation superstars always seem to be in their parents' shadow, aka Charlotte Flair. And it seems like Brian Pillman Jr. is going to go down a similar path as of Bron Breakker, where he's able to have his own identity and not, be attached to his pops, which is always a good thing. Like, that was one problem with Charlotte. Like, she never stood out because she had everything handed to her because of her last name. Like, she never even strayed away from her last name. She never, she didn't come up with a different name or whatever. It was always Charlotte Flair. But Brian Pillman Jr. having a new character name of his own is a good thing. And I do think that Brian Pillman Jr. will be successful in WWE. I do. I really do. So, he cut a promo saying, every time I meet someone, they talk about how great my father was and if I have any memories of him. I don't have any memories of my father. He passed away when I was 4. I tried everything I could not to become a WWE superstar. I even played college football. This industry has been in my blood since birth, and I could not escape it. I've got no choice but to embrace it. I've got no choice but to inflict pain on the very business that brought me so much grief. But when they see this face, I don't want them to think about my dead father. I want them to think about me. I am nobody's junior. And from this day forward, I'm going to take this. My bad. I'm nobody's junior. And from this day forward, I'm going to take on the last name of the real man who raised me. The real father figure in my life. And his name was King. And now so is mine. And I love that. Absolutely fucking tremendous. I love it. I love it. This is going to be great. Lexus King, a.k.a. Brian Pillman Jr., is going to be a star. He's going to be a star. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Main event. Carmelo Hayes with John Cena in his corner versus Bron Breakker with Paul Heyman in his corner. Very good match here. Towards the end of the match, there was some shenanigans that took place. Solo Sikoa came out and he tried to get involved, but John Cena got involved, and those two had a little fight scene, and they fought into the back. This allowed for Carmelo to hit the code breaker on the outside. He hit the nothing but net, got the win. And then post-match, Bron Breakker, he spears Carmelo Hayes. Bron Breakker gets on the mic and says that there's only one badass, and that's him. And then the gong hits, does a holy shit chant, and it's the American Badass Undertaker. He comes down to the ring to a massive pop. Then Bron Breakker says, listen to me, all-timer. There's only one badass here. You understand me? And then Taker says, now, Bron, I've been watching you for a long time. And one day you're going to be a very special talent. It's just not, my bad. It's just one thing. It ain't today. So Taker then punches Bron. Then he hits the chokeslam on Bron. And then Taker says that he's going to give Breakker some advice. There's always an older, bigger, better badass. And you just met the badass of them all. And then Taker, he celebrates in the ring with Carmelo Hayes. And then the show goes off the air. Great stuff there. I love the shirt that he was wearing. He had on there like Last Ride, Chokeslam, Tombstone Power Driver. Great stuff. Love that shirt. Great. So overall, this was a great show. I loved it for the most part. Really good stuff there. We got to see Brian Pillman Jr. Coming to his own. He finally made his NXT TV debut, which is great. We got some feuds going still. Some more stories progressing between Carmelo and Trick Williams. Ilia Dragonov and Baron Corbin. So pretty good stuff there. Next week is going to be a triple threat match. Carmelo Hayes versus Dijak versus Baron Corbin. The winner of that is going to be taking on Ilia Dragunov at Halloween Havoc. So that should be fun there. But overall, NXT was a very enjoyable show. But what say you guys? Please like, comment below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Tune in.